I'll quickly share my impression about a movie I watched last night in a theater, and I'm going to say that my experience is unique and is always changing, like yours. I had some tea before the movie, and I have different type of thoughts before the movie, different experiences, and this might change by tomorrow. Same thing with your experience. If you are going to watch this movie, don't expect what I experienced. To me, it was a really good experience, pleasant experience, especially because of the vibe in the theater. So before I got into the movie theater, I saw some young, maybe 25 years old adults, 20, 25, bushy beard, not dressed like a standard appearance. It was like a farmer boys type, and soft walking, not aggressive looking. And I thought, oh, a loving kid, loving, and this must be uh, one of those going to see this movie. And it's about Jesus Revolution. I didn't know what to expect because I assumed there was something about Jesus' life. I didn't know exactly. I did not read in advance what's this movie about. And also, when I was about to enter the theater, I was kind of looking around, kind of appearing like lost, and a woman shows up, like a chubby kind of looking woman, a Canadian woman, and she's talking with a very loving voice and attitude. It's like, oh yeah, if you're looking for the theater number 18 or something, I forgot the number. Yeah, this is the one. She is like, she's recognizing me that I'm not trying to find a action movie or some other stuff. Probably she saw me with my bushy beard or not shaved and with the winter boots, and I don't look like one going to the movie. It's like some guy is not really fit with the environment here. Same thing with the other guys, the young guys. You look at them and say, no, this is not the type who would go to the movie. Uh, and the only weird movie is in the theater is this one. So in the theater was a bunch of people who have this vibe, and it does make a difference. I'm telling you. And by the end of the movie, there was a garbage bin. It was small. It was only a couple of Coke cups, like empty Coke cups. Not like for a big regular movie where you see like a big stacks of garbage and garbage everywhere. No, no, no. This is like a, and it's, I'm telling you, the people mentality makes a difference. It depends who you want to watch this movie with. And just the day before, I was talking to a friend about the real true Christians, and I said, you know what, this is a specific behavior. It's not like just those going to church and really doing all these rituals and all those things. Doesn't mean they are true Christians. True Christian is something that comes from the heart. And so this movie is about a weird guy, a hippie, who comes from a hippie movement, a guy who used to do drugs, and he met a pastor who was leading a church in the States, a church that was struggling at the time. And so this hippie guy, shoeless, shows up and make his new home into this pastor house. Even the pastor didn't really want him around. But the pastor daughter found something special about this guy. So the thing is, the pastor daughter had this kind of a loving feel. So she knew how to convince her dad that the hippie guy is actually a good person. So anyway, so another chain of events, people doing drugs, hippies gathering. Then it led to a lot of cleansing and baptizing, and the church grew, and so it's kind of a very beautiful story about the largest Christian movement in the American history. That was in 60s, 70s or something, and some of those live in even today and lead churches. But the main character passed away in 95 or 96. So again, it was a really pleasant experience, and I'm not going to share details like what happens then, but this is for those who not about being a Christian or something like that, but those who feel that they want to see a loving story, not love between two people. There is some love between two people as well. This is a really nice outcome when you see, not bitchy woman. You see a woman who is determined because she saw love into her future husband, and the struggle how she's trying to get her man, because she saw power and love for Christ into the young guy she fell in love with. So that's the nice part about them. It's one of the nicest parts about the movie. And this guy became a pastor of one of the biggest churches in the States. Because he had that drive. He been to drugs, he been to not being loved, he was raised by a single parent, so he knew the struggle. And I'm telling you, people who know struggle and who've been through that life lesson, they are able to help if they have the power. But some people think, yeah, you know what, I wish to help, I want to help because I've been to struggle and I got out and I have the experience and I can help. And something does not let them do that. They don't have the emotional power. And one thing in the movie you will notice, this hippie guy who at some point he was leading the church or the church ceremonies or whatever happened there, he was asking the Holy Spirit to work through his body. And I'm telling you, I do that, and I know, and I kind of get an idea how this thing works. And we as a humans at this stage of our understanding about the spiritual world, we don't know what we deal with. And I'm telling you, there are people who try to use these external entities or deities to gain powers or abilities and stuff to lead a better life, or other people want just to help others. And one of these special energies we call the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit. And I'm telling you, if you ask this energy field, the Holy Spirit, to work through your body, work through you, it will come to you. You have to believe it. So there are a couple of ingredients, basic ingredients that you need to have in order to allow this energy to work through you. So this energy will not work through unclean people, people who uh, are sinful all the time, and because those people actually connect to different energies. Um, so this hippie guy kept asking, from time to time, kept asking to be used by the Holy Spirit to help other people, because he had that drive to help other people to get out of their hole. So he was coming from this type of background. He was dealing with hippies, and now he was living with love. So that's another key ingredient: compassion and love. So people who are led by these emotions can connect to this energy field or energy being, whatever it is, because we don't understand what it is. So there are people who are like witches, and people who do witchcraft and all this. They connect to different energies who can help with healing and stuff like that. But those energies are not the same thing with Holy Spirit. There are different energies that at some point might do some harm. So we don't know if all this witchcraft will later lead to destructions, or like they fool you by giving you healing and or some good stuff, and later will destroy your life. We don't know. We are still trying to understand things, but for now only few try to understand, but most people just go with whatever it is. Okay, I'm talking to some black magic, dark deity, so I get powers, so I can make more money, or I can get famous. Or other people just pray to Jesus. Other people. So we don't really know much, but we know what kind of works. We tried because this recipe did work in the past. And when I got out of so I just mentioned that as a side topic about this guy asking the Holy Spirit to work through his body and mind so he can help others. When I got out of the movie, same thing. A small crowd of young adults, bushy beards, talking, smiling, pleasant smile, and one of the guys I know, he used to do drugs in the past, and when I saw him at the movies, and I thought, I'm impressed, not because. But I'm impressed that he is making that step. He's trying, It's not like he's not there because he wants to be with the friends. He's there because he knows he wants to work on himself. And but he's still under some other external pressure. So his journey is full of obstacles and roadblocks. And maybe at the end of the journey, or maybe when he gets out of this lifestyle, maybe the outcome is going to be greater because of the struggle. The harder the struggle, the better the victory, the better feel for the victory. So I'm not sure. I'm not God to know what his future. Actually, I'm cold. My hands are shaking. It's still winter here. But I saw him, he's still his old self, but I saw him trying, so I gave him a big hug. So it was a big hug, and he didn't know how to receive the hug. He took the hug, but he didn't got used. He said, "Yeah, a strong hug, like yeah." But I know he did not get hugs, or enough hugs when he was younger. So if you can share about this movie, it might impact people. You don't know the way it might impact. So share the love if you can. Talk to you later. Bye bye.